Echo wins the MDI for the 6th time back-to-back. Blizzard announces the release date of patch 10.1 Embers of Neltharion. And this is the perfect time for people like you and I to pick out our mains and get them geared up and ready for the next patch. Hello lovely people, welcome to another video. Bogdan here. Mythic Dungeon International ended Sunday night with Echo claiming their 6th victory in a row. I'm super excited about it because this has been one of the best MDIs so far. A lot of high-performing teams, they all played at a completely different level. By far, we have seen some of the most played classes, diverse specs, a lot of different picks, and a great overall experience for everybody. We've seen a bunch of different maps from Azure Vault, Algathar, Temple, No-Code, Halls. All of these keys have been great, and really, these teams have been pulling their weight throughout this whole entire tournament. However, I do have to give a special shout out to Mandatory, the former Monka. This was the name before they got picked up by a sponsor. They did great. They faced off Echo in the semifinals, and then they managed to claw themselves back up through the lower bracket and face again Echo in the finals. However, Echo was able to claim the title once again, claiming victory and defeating Mandatory with a 3-1 final score. In other WoW-related news, on April 3rd, Blizzard announced the release date of patch 10.1, Embers of Neltharion. For those of you that need a quick catch-up, on May 2nd, Season 2 of WoW Dragonflight comes to the game, bringing a brand new zone, a brand new raid, new season for both Mythic Plus as well as PvP, a brand new set of dungeons, new tier sets, new armors, new rare items that you need to farm, and of course a bunch of new factions and quest lines and story that you can explore in order to learn more about the lore. If you want to learn more about this, we made extensive videos on this channel covering those topics, and I will link to those videos in the description box below. Now, let's get serious here for just a little bit. With the release of Season 2 on May 2nd, some of you will come back to the game, others will want to get back into the new raid, some of you will start playing more than you usually play the game. And probably the question that goes on right now in some of your minds is, what am I going to play? What am I going to main? What is actually good? So although I do not have an answer to that question, and that is something that you each individually need to go through and make the decision yourselves, I want to share with you guys my decision process when I decide to either keep maining the same character or switch to a different one at the release of a patch or when there are major nerfs or buffs to a specific spec. As some of you may know, I do main tank. And yes, I said it right. I main tank, which means I main a role. I don't necessarily main a class or a spec. There are currently 6 tank specs in the game: the Vengeance Demon Hunter, the Blood Decay, the Protection Warrior, and the Protection Paladin, the Guardian Druid, and the Brewmaster Monk. Now, all of these specs have been fantastic, and Blizzard has done a great job, especially in the beginning of Dragonflight, to balance out these specs as much as possible. With that being said, there are some of them that trail behind others, with specs like Guardian Druid falling behind in the magical damage mitigation department, specs like Vengeance Demon Hunter falling behind in the self-sustain and damage output, specs like Brewmaster not being able to self-sustain themselves as much as some other specs, generally having Protection Warrior or Protection Paladin pulling ahead, especially in the case of Protection Paladin due to some recent buffs. However, with all of that being said, I want to give you a little bit of information that's going to help you secure your main. And the best way to do it is by sharing my own experience. Ever since the beginning of Legion, I decided to switch from just maining Hunter, which is a single class, to maining a role. The difference is, well, there are 4 main roles in World of Warcraft. There is the tank role, the melee DPS role, the range DPS role, and the support/healer role. All of these roles have different classes and specs that fit within it. And the thing that makes it great when you main a role is the fact that you stay very flexible to any future change, improvements, nerfs, and you can pivot very easily to what is best. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bogdan, some people call that flavor of the month. Some people are going to flame me for doing it. What does it matter? Let me ask you this question. If right now you were in an opportunity to make $1,000 a week and another opportunity would come your way that would double the amount of income, helping you make in 1 week what would you otherwise make in 2 weeks, wouldn't you take that opportunity? So you see, the decision process isn't so much as what is flavor of the month, what is overpowered, and so on. The decision process comes down to, do I know how to multi-class? Do I know how to multi-spec? And in some rare situations, do I know how to multi-role? But look, that is a conversation for another time. And if you guys are interested in it, let me know in the comment section below and I can make a very in-depth video covering that specific topic. What I want to offer is a little bit more information, help, and support, getting you best prepared for the release of Season 2. So my top recommendation right now is to gear a character that you intend upon maining in the next season to at least 415 item level. And that is very highly achievable if you use the information provided in the videos on this channel alone. If you wish to know how to farm the right gear, there's videos for that, and I will link to them in the description below. If you want to know how to efficiently farm Valor so that you upgrade the items to the maximum item level possible from Mythic Plus, you can also do that as well. And I highly encourage every single one of you to start doing a minimum of plus 18s every single week in order to get 418 item level rewards. And for those of you that want to push yourselves a little bit extra, definitely go for those plus 20s. Try to get a minimum of 4 so you have a little bit more choice when it comes down to picking your Vault reward. For those of you that want to collect the transmogs for each individual set, I would recommend leveling an alt and trying to spam as many low E dungeons as possible and get as much gear transferred over to you, rated over to you, and then you can just go and catalyze them into the tier pieces so that you can get the appearances. And for those of you that want to get the extra mile, you want to get the portals, go do your 20s on time and get your item level a little bit up as well as your rating. This would be the perfect time to pick up on some of that slack. Focus on 1, maybe 2 characters max, and definitely go all out. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Do your own thing. And if you're unsure about how that looks, leave a comment in the comment section below, leave a question and ask, and I would be more than happy to entertain the conversation. And if you think the topic is valuable, let me know and I can create a video further exploring it within the next few weeks. Once again, congratulations to Echo for winning this MDI and adding a 6th win to their overall championship titles. Huge thoughts of appreciation for Blizzard, who has put in a lot of time this expansion to deliver us the right content and create the right balance within the game, and also letting us know ahead of time what to expect so that we can prepare as best we can. And a huge shout out to all of you for watching these videos, subscribing to the channel, sharing your feedback, and ultimately enjoying this game. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, check out my other videos covering the topics of patch 10.1, Embers of Neltharion. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.